and welcome to Cooking with Crumpler. I'm your host Casey Van Ryck, and today we are going to make a Crumpler team member. Delicious. Now, there are a few key ingredients essential to the success of making a Crumpler team member, but this recipe encourages you to add some flavors of your own, turning this tried and tested recipe into an original creation. So, let's get started. First, we need half a cup of enthusiasm, which we have here. We've got all of our ingredients ready to go. So we're going to put that straight in there. Make sure you get it all in because you don't want to miss out on any enthusiasm. Lovely. Then we need 1 cup of bag obsession. Very important that we're as obsessed with our bags as our customers are. So we're just going to put that straight into there. Then we need 1/3 of a cup of strong work ethic. There we go. 1 teaspoon of good vibes. Straight in there. And then 1 teaspoon of humour. Very important. Now we're going to mix that all together. This is going to be the base. Make sure you mix it all in nice so we've got a nice even team member. Got a good mix of all the ingredients we've just popped in there. Now while you're doing this, you want to make sure that you've got your oven preheated, about 175 degrees. So we've got that on, ready to go. Now that's our first batch. Now we're going to mix the rest of the ingredients together in a separate bowl, which we have here. Now we start with half a cup of honesty, ready to go. Now we want to sift this. Make sure there's no clumps. You also want to have a baking tray ready to go, which we have here. Then you can line that with grease-proof paper or cooking spray, butter if you like. If it's a bit clumpy, you can use a spoon. Get all those bumps out. There we are. Then we need 1.5 cups of creativity. Need to sift this as well. Make sure it's nice and even. Straight in there. Beautiful. Then we've got our teaspoon of motivation. And our teaspoon of dedication. Straight in. Now we want to mix this together before we add it to the other stuff because we're going to add it in batches. So make sure you get that in nicely. We always want even, well-balanced, tasty team members. So we've got to make sure we mix everything really well. All right. So we're going to add this batch to our first batch in 3 different portions. Now we need to do that so that it gives us time to mix it in, because it will get quite clumpy. We're going to have to use our hands for the last batch, but that's okay because we're never afraid of getting our hands dirty at Crumpler. So let's put our first section in. Mix that through. And we'll add our second batch. Lovely. You can see it's starting to get quite thick. So when we add our next batch, we're going to use our pans. that. Crumpler dough, squishing it all together, and it's coming together nicely. You want it to be solid and sticking together. It's what's going to hold our team member together nicely when it's baking and then ready to go. Now, this is where we add our own flavors, our special ingredients that make this original to us. So, for me, my first special flavor is going to be love. And I think it's important that we all love our team members and our stores and our customers, and I think love in general is a good thing. We need it all over the world. So, you don't need much. A little bit of love goes a long way. There we go. And then my next special ingredients will be sustainable thinking. We want an environmentally friendly team member. So we're going to grate that straight in there, nice and fresh. We're going to make someone who cares about the environment, does what they can to minimize their impact, and helps the other team members do the same. And the company as well. So, a little bit more. Beautiful. Now we mix those final ingredients in. You can smell the flavors. It's delicious. Spicy. It's going to be a funny, dedicated, environmentally friendly, full of love team member. Wonderful. Now, this is perfect. Sticking together nicely. So that's going to roll out beautiful. Now what we do is we roll that out, and then we pop our team member in the oven, and we'll see what it looks like when it's ready. Well, it's been about 10 minutes, so let's check and see how our Crumpler team member is going. Yep, she looks ready. Here we are, an original and true Crumpler team member, ready to go.